Sorry. All right. We actually are live already right now. I'm trying to find where my camera is. Okay, I do see my camera lens. I'm actually doing this on my phone. I usually do it on. Let me try to. Maybe that's too bright, huh? Who knows? All right. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, I really appreciate people turning in this morning. I know that by the end of this, there'll be a lot of people with a lot of questions for Santino Brothers Wrestling, or maybe just me in general wrestling school. Good morning, Marina. Is it Marina? Yeah, Marina. Good morning. We're on the YouTube right now, so I hope everyone's joining us. We got a couple of people in here. I wanted to go live for a couple of different reasons. I don't know if Gaius Tantalus, what's going on, my friend? If you haven't noticed that we haven't been uploading. Well, the school's been closed down, and I don't have the content that I used to have. Well, good morning, Robert. How are you? Good seeing you. Rajab, good seeing you too this morning. So I'm just trying to build content, and actually this kind of puts me on a schedule to actually do the pro wrestling tip videos that I've been wanting to do, that I can add to the YouTube channel. But I got to be honest, I'm very eager and ready and just ready to go and get my rings set back up, so that way I can get back to training. I had a lot of thoughts during this quarantine about even getting back in the ring. I mean, I am 42 years old. I think I can actually pass for a 32-year-old, to be honest, if I lied to people. But yeah, I mean, I feel great. Could I be working out more? Oh, hell yeah. Being in this quarantine, it's kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of rough and tough. Hi, wrestler from the UK. Have you used videos to help? Oh, man, that's great, Neil. Good morning. Great to hear that people are using the videos. That's what inspires me. That's what I'm trying to find. Okay, it's real dark here. That's what inspires me to do more of these videos, is that there's just people all around the world that are viewing these Santino brother videos. And what I also love about it is that nobody was doing these how-to videos. Now there's at least a half a dozen coaches or trainers out there that are doing how-to videos, and it's so great to see the different moves, because I can't teach everything. I can only teach you everything I know. I can't teach you everything all these other coaches know. And so that's what I think is so great. I watch these videos. It inspires me to say, damn, I want to get my ring back up, and I want to get back into it and get back doing with it. But yeah, so that's why we're doing this video. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to turn on the light, because I didn't want to. I got Sylvia in here in the office, so I didn't want to bother her. So I've already told her, hey, can you close the curtains? I think that looks a little bit better. It was just I was looking in the dark, looking like Darth Sidious.
Hey, don't even go there.
So, but yeah, hey, who watched the Raider game last night? Jeez, oh my gosh. It's so rough being a Raiders fan. I got this sound, look, I'm all messed up. It's morning, that's why I was like, man, I even put the thing for 9 p.m. But yeah, Robert. But I'll tell you this, Robert. Robert Collin right here. He's a student at Santino Brothers, but also, man, he's my Raider fan. I don't know if there's many Raider fans that are students here at Santino Brothers, but I know Robert is one. And man, Robert, I gotta be honest, I've been yelling, but no one's listening, because who am I in the world of the NFL? I've been yelling, put Mariota in, put him in. Put him in, he's a Heisman winner. Give him a chance. He did great in Oregon. He didn't do so well in Tennessee. I mean, he didn't do terrible, to be honest with you. But we've never seen him with a different organization, and he looked hungry last night. We lost the game. But I got to be honest, man, the defense needs to step up in the Raiders. The defense has to step up. But I look forward to seeing a little bit more Mariota, because, I've been over Carr for a little bit. I didn't, Robert Collins says we didn't have a chance because there was 5 starters out. I didn't even know that, but, I get it. I think the defense, just like the wrestlers, I think the defense on the Raiders need to get bigger. I'm looking at them and I'm saying, why is it that the lineman doesn't have a jacked arm? It's the same damn fucking thing I say to these goddamn wrestlers. Why is it fucking my wife has got bigger arms than you? Why is it? Why is it?
It's true.
But I hit the gym. Pretty please with sugar on top. I don't care if the other teams don't hit the gym, but the Raiders hit the fucking gym. How could you be wrong? What? You're not going to be as mobile? Well, you know what, pal? You're small and you're mobile, but you ain't making the fucking tackles. So pretty please with sugar on top. Hit the fucking weight, NFL players. Hit the fucking weight, potential grapplers. Hit the fucking weights, professional wrestlers. Please. All right? So, I mean, I look at that and I go, it's not just in wrestling where you go, man, the wrestlers are so small today. Football players are small too, man. So, but yeah, I get it. If you're small, you're probably pissed the fuck off right now at me. When you gain a little bit of weight and get bigger, you're going to be preaching to everybody to get big. I get it. I was small, bro. I know. So if you're pissed, I'll catch you on the flip. But I got some people here. Let's see. Weird to hear. So good morning. It's 2 p.m. here in Brazil. Good afternoon, Danilo. Really great seeing you. Great. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Brazil. Bill Chu is here. Good morning, Bill Chu. D-Wash is here. D-Wash to all. What's your opinion on Jim Ross's opinion? What's my opinion on Jim Ross's opinion? Well, still goes, well, hot damn. Is that what he says? He doesn't say hot damn. I would be paraphrasing. I remember someone put the quote for me. I know what he said. He said about a bunch of guys coiling up in a circle while one day, I think he said it, quote unquote, while one dumbass goes to the top rope and does a dive and everyone waits to catch him. That was one of the things that I remember. I did read it over the last, I think it's been about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, the Jim Ross opinion. Bill Chu says, good morning, Sylvia.
Morning, Bill Chu. Miss you.
So what's my opinion on that, on Jim Ross? I agree with him. Look it. I always say, damn, Jim Ross. Like, I would say this to him if I knew him. I don't know him. I'd say, damn, Jim. Like, don't you think that's a little harsh to call the dude a dumbass? That's your coworker, you know? And say that my coworkers are kind of stupid or not listening or not doing the right thing, whatever the case is, right? That's why I hope someone puts that quote there, so we can read it. Good morning, Sal. But I got to be honest with you. I can't really judge Jim Ross until I've been there. I think, what's he been in the business? I've been in the business for 26 years. So this man's got to be going on 40 plus years. Am I wrong, Sil? Mm-hmm. Jim Ross, 40 plus, if not nearly 50. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm off. Maybe he started in 84 and he's only got 10 years on me. Who knows? Sil's going to look it up.
I'm going to try.
But I always said to myself, why the fuck is that trainer doing that? Right? And then I become a trainer for 5 years, and then you know what young Coach Kaos was doing? Doing the same thing he was complaining about the other fucking trainer doing. You know? So I've done shit like that. I've said I remember going to a cauliflower alley. In this instance, Jim Ross would say to the people, they would ask a question. To the wrestling mind, it might be a silly question, you know. He said it straight out. This fan asked this question at Cauliflower Alley. That's what you're there for. And he goes, that's a dumbass question. I got so mad. I was like, God damn it. Fuck, he's so pissed and mean at everybody. Grizzled motherfucker.
1974 right? Is when he started.
Yeah, 1974. He's got 20 years on me. Easy. So I'm on 26. He's going to 40.
46.
He's going to 50 years. He's going to 50 fucking years. So, but in this Cauliflower Alley, I said, man, that was harsh. I didn't tell him that, but I was like, man, fuck Jim Ross, because those motherfuckers don't give a fuck. I find myself. I remember Rick Trayson, the late Rick Trayson, who just passed away, God bless his soul. He would actually go on YouTube on his... Why does Chaos have a YouTube channel? Because Rick Trayson had a fucking YouTube channel, and I'm like, he's answering questions for everybody. And he would say, these people ask the stupidest fucking questions. And I go, damn. That's a little harsh. Fast forward to the YouTube comments and people just hitting me up and maybe getting on my nerves, and I catch myself saying, "Wow, that's a stupid question." Catch myself saying, "Hey, damn, you're saying the same thing you thought Jim Ross was an asshole for saying." I try to catch myself and I try to correct it. Because I don't want to be that bitter wrestler. But to sit here and say, "Wow, what Jim Ross said about his coworkers is uncalled for," I don't know. I can't tell you until I'm 40, preaching and preaching and preaching. Look at me now. I say, "Hey, hit the fucking gym." You know, hit the fucking gym. Get bigger wrestlers. Like you're not big enough. You guys are fucking small. Like, come on. You know, so I can't really comment on Jim Ross. First, he's a totally different person. Do I agree with him? Yeah. Do I agree the way he came off? No, I don't. But I might be saying the same shit after I fucking told people time and time again in private. I might do the same thing. So, but I do agree. People need to stop waiting all the way around to catch somebody. And then you know what the worst part is? You know what the worst part is? When everybody stands around to catch one fucking dude that's like 150 pounds. Like, first of all, like when they throw the baby from a fucking burning building and everyone stands under to catch, the catch is not devastating. The throw is devastating, but the catch is almost like, oh, thank God. The baby didn't fucking die, you know? So that's what I kind of see when I see everybody standing around. The jump is amazing, and then they catch them, and then everybody doesn't fall. It's a delayed fall. It's almost they caught them and just put them back down on their feet. I think that's silly. Hey, have one person catch. Have two people catch. If you don't want to dive because there's only going to be one person catching you, then don't do it. You don't know what you're doing. You should be able to dive over that top rope and land on your fucking feet. Coach Kaos ain't fucking athletic whatsoever, but I can do a front flip over the top fucking rope and land on my fucking feet. Why do you know this? Because young Chaos was scared that somebody wasn't going to fucking catch them. So he made sure to be like, fuck, I better stick this landing. Maybe it doesn't look as devastating, but if at least the guy sells and I hit him, it'll look like I did my job. And I don't think people are doing that enough. Look at Young Chaos was a guy who wrestled like a video game. I would go in there, lock up, kick, punch, stomp, whip you to the ropes, throw a fucking clothesline. You know? So that's what I would do. Now I'm preaching about facial expressions. I want to see you emote the emotion from your eyes. I want to see it come out of your eyes first and then pour down your face. Show me what emotion, anger, sad, happy, mad. What emotion are you showing me? And when you do it, your body language better match your face, and you better sell that and crawl up the rope. And you know what? The sell is the spot. That's what I say now, man. That's how I think now. When I was young, it was about, fuck you, man. No selling, going to the top rope, diving off, going through a table, hitting thumbtacks, getting back up. I would do all that silliness. So my viewpoints do change. But yeah, so that's why. Do you agree with? Do I agree with Jim Ross? Yeah. And maybe do I agree with how he said it? No. There's better ways to say it. So, but just like Coach Chaos says, hey, I gotta sometimes yell at people to get the best out of them, and then sometimes I gotta put my hand on their shoulder and just really let them know that I'm there for them, and they won't respond to yelling, you know. So. I think it's just so important that there's different ways to coach people. And so I'd be a hypocrite if you'd say, Joe, like I got this video of you, but look at you now, you're pissed. Yeah, I probably changed my viewpoint because I'm pissed and no one's listening. Now I'm just calling you out and I'm calling you a dumbass like the way Jim Ross was. But yeah, so hey, 20 more years, I'll let you know. I'll let you know in 20 fucking years how grizzled I am, because you do. But I think you go through being grizzled and then being I guess not grizzled. I don't know. Is that the word I'm looking for? But so let's see. Some people put some. Let's see. I think they put the quote there. What's going on, Sal? Good morning to you. Bill Chu. Meeks is in the house. Do we have a website? He asked. Yes, we do. SantinoBros.net. Check it out. Um, Macario, what is the best advice you can give for a diabetic that wants to take part in the wrestling business? I'd have to get back to you on that question. I know that I know a couple of wrestlers that are diabetics, but what would be the best? So I would always say, right, you gotta eat well, but it's if you're diabetic, then it sometimes just hits you. But I'll look into that. I definitely will. That is a great question. I'm gonna write it down there, um, and then I'm trying to make this weekly. I know next Friday is gonna be Christmas, so maybe we'll come back and answer the question. Siraj is in the house. Good morning. How are you? How can we perform at a high level performance? SoCal Pro Wrestling Podcast. Good morning, Jason. Almost. How are you, my friend? You guys want to check out a good podcast? Check out the SoCal Pro Wrestling Podcast. He's right there in the comment section. Yeah, check him out. I think I was the first guest. He was in our Jason was in our advocates class, and then we did about maybe 4 to 6 classes, and then the pandemic shut us down. So I got a whole lot of students that I know that they're still standing by. I hope that maybe they found a place to continue, but it's the pandemic. I don't know. Some people aren't comfortable with getting out there and stuff. So. But he did. I think he did put that quote. They love to hear it. Holy shit! Holy shit! This is awesome. It's a spot, folks. It's a trapeziac. I mean, how could you not love Jim Ross? How could you not love? Hey, if it pisses you off, let me tell you this. If it pisses you off, like let's see. Let me read this rest of this quote. He goes. He says part two, but I don't see part one. But I'll just read part two here. Quote unquote. Going over the top. Who never wins with this move? They never gain an advantage with this move. The holy shit chance. That's what's got that going, I think. They love to hear it. Holy shit, holy shit. This is awesome. It's a spot, folks. It's a trapeziac. Yeah. I mean, really selling is going to get you a lot farther. But yeah, standing around and waiting for a dude to jump on you, yeah, don't do that. Sell. I even get mad at luchadors and tag matches. Like, they just sit there and wait for their spot. And it's like, why are you waiting for your spot? Like, at least go up to the apron and have the dude in the ring bip you off the apron so you can go back down and sell till it's time for your spot, So you don't just look like it's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. I think that's sometimes always the worst thing there. Hey, guys. Make sure to subscribe to our Santino Brothers YouTube channel if you're coming from Twitter, LinkedIn, or my Facebook account. I'll start doing these more often and start adding more value to the page with my pro wrestling tips. And then hopefully within the next 3 months or so, I'll be able to get my ring back up, get a building back up, get Santino Brothers Wrestling back up. But don't hold me to it. 3 months is like really right around the corner, right? Isn't 3 months like February still?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, right? So maybe March, who knows? But we'll see. We'll see. I am eager to get it back up. Let me see who else is here this morning. Ian is here. Good morning. Good morning. It's good seeing you. Van is in the house. Living Zed is in the house. Good morning, my friend. Living Zed says good morning to you, Sylvia.
Good morning.
Sports Center, na. I think it says that Sports Center, na.
I thought you were singing.
That's what it says. So is there a moonsault in the? It's a lot of the basics that are in the training videos right now. We're gonna move on. If the pandemic didn't stop us and take my ring away right now, we would have moved on to bigger moves, different transitions, to get out some of the moves. So. But yeah, that's good morning to everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I saw somebody that does those gifs on Twitter, and they had a gif of Los Luchas, and I was just in the moment of tweeting like, hey, I want to see Los Luchas versus the Young Bucks. I remember booking that match back in 2005, and it being a great match, and I think it would be a great match today. to see the Young Bucks versus Los Luchas on AEW. It would also be a great thing to give, Los Luchas, Zogre, and Phoenix Star a good rub on the national stage level. So I think that would be great. I didn't post it just yet. But that's what I was in the middle of doing, and I wrote it down. And I said maybe you should just mention it on the on the podcast or on the I'm gonna fix this shit right here. It's bothering me. There we go. Let's try that.
I want to say no.
Right, you see that still? Yeah. So, but yeah, I just wanted to mention about Los Luchas and the Young Bucks. I think that would be a great match to really see on the on the national level. 15 years in the making, or the rematch is 15 years in the making, to be honest with you. So I started this podcast, and I actually still wanted to start it out. And I have a question, and I wanted to ask everybody here before I answer my question. I wanted to ask it. And I was going to answer this question. What's one thing you wish you had known when you began your career? And I'd like to ask everybody there, what's one thing you wish you had known when you began your career? Something that would have probably made it a lot easier and simpler. So I'm going to post that question for you guys. I hope you post your answers in the comments, and then I'll answer mine and get back with everybody. But you know what I've been watching? I've been watching Star Wars. I told my wife, I said, hey, I think we should watch Star Wars. And I always wanted to watch them in the chronological order. I know everybody's got a different vibe on how they want to watch them. You got to watch the 70s and the 80s Star Wars first, and then watch them in that order. I always wanted to watch them in chronological order, so we started. And then I found out people are saying, wait a second, before you move on between episode 2 and episode 3, you should watch the Clone Wars. And I looked at the Clone Wars, and I was like, fucking goddamn cartoon. And I was like, I don't know if I'm that into it.
Nah.
I don't know if I'm that into it. But yeah, it's been really fascinating to really see it. I mean, obviously I've seen the episode 4, 5, and 6, right? The original ones from the 70s and 80s. I remember specifically going to the theater to see the Phantom Menace, but Attack of the Clones, and what's the one you just watched last night still? Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith?
The Sith dude one, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I've ever seen those. To really be honest with you. And then the ones at Disney, or the new ones that have just come out in the last 10 years, I haven't seen one. So I'm looking forward to watching them all. My Uncle Supreme was a huge Star Wars mark. Darth Vader mark. Hey, Sylvia, like Sylvia doesn't even know. But on the wall at the dojo, we used to have the Sith saying.
Someone told me that was the Sith saying.
Yeah.
To wrestling saying.
Yeah, I changed the last 2 words as opposed to, I don't know, something will free me, but I put the ring will free.
The ring will free me.
Yeah, but it said something else
With
if
the
you look it up.
chains.
Yeah. But yeah, and I got that from Supreme, to be honest with you. I thought it was really great and inspiring, so I wrote it on the wall. But yeah, Star Wars has been awesome, and I definitely want to finish that before the end of the year, to be honest. So, hey, we just finished our second online wrestling class, our second 6-week course. We had a great group of enthusiastic individuals, potential grapplers, that really it's gonna really help them in their journey to become a professional wrestler. This class, we've designed it, and I've been trying to make it better each and every time, and taking out and just really tweaking it. But I'm really finding out that this is a great class to give you a lot of information before you start your professional wrestling journey, and it gives you a great amount of understanding. And so a lot of these students, I think it's about 40 students that have taken my class, the 2 classes, when they decide to join Santino Brothers or maybe decide to go to other wrestling schools, I think they're going to be well prepared. Even teaching them to the point of never say, Coach Kaos told me this, and be a know-it-all in the middle of the ring. You're going to get your ass chopped up. You get your ass whooped. No one wants to hear that shit. you know. But yeah, they're going to be a great student moving forward, going into it, not just doing the drills, not just drilling, not just doing the moves, but understanding what they're doing. We can explain and try to make them understand in the moment's notice while they're coughing up a fucking lung, while they can't breathe. And when you can't breathe, your brain circuits are frying, so you can't think. So you can't breathe and you can't think, and now coach is telling you the whys of why you're doing this when all you're trying to do is catch your fucking breath. So we found that sitting down behind your computer while you even eat your dinner, you retain a lot more of that information. It's one of the reasons why we stopped doing the 3-hour training regimen. We really tell people to really tell people to keep training. I lost my train of thought because I'm reading the comments as they come in.
Robert has a good question.
No, I know. I'm gonna get to it. But the online class is really helping them understand it because they can sit behind the computer and really write notes. And that's what we want you to do as coaches. We want you to have a notebook so that way you can bring it to class and write it down. Everybody's on their phone, and when you're on your phone, it looks like you're not paying fucking attention. That's why we don't want you to take the notes on your phone. Plus, use everything for your phone, so when your battery dies, you're not going to be looking at your fucking wrestling notes. I'd rather you look at your wrestling notes when your battery fucking dies and you got no fucking phone. So what are you going to read now? You're going to read your fucking wrestling notes. That's what you're going to read. So that's why I want you to write it down. Hey, put it on both. I get it. Put it on both. But yeah, online class. We got the next one coming up, January 25th. Going to be another 6 weeks. We've had Coach Bob takes the good portion of the promo and character development. We have Brody King and Jake Atlas stop by. Ruby Reyes is always in the class, along with the Vinny Wasco joined us on the second intake here. And I liked really having Vinny Wasco, and Slice Boogie is always there really helping out. And I think what everybody loves is the promo battles. So I'll probably switch it up a little bit, maybe end with the promo battles because everyone really loves that portion of it and has a great time with it. Really kind of, it's like, really like people are digging down deep and seeing what the fuck they're made of, you know? And I think that's so inspiring when you've never done it. You've never been told, put on the spot and said, hey, cut a promo, and now cut a promo against this person and be the best. And we're doing it tournament style, and they always love it, and they get so much out of it. How many times have I had a trainee that was great at wrestling, and then just couldn't cut a promo, had no clue. That's chaos. That's young chaos right there. Had no fucking clue, but I could do some fucking moves, man. But bringing to my question. What's something that I wish I had known in the beginning when I started my career? And there's a lot. I got a lot of things, but I'm going to say this. Character, personality, and promos are key to taking your wrestling to the next level. I mean, that's one. Another one. Don't believe in your, I mean, not don't believe in it. Believe in yourself.
Don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself. You don't become an underachiever. Don't sit there and say, well, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not going to ever be a pro. That's how I believed for like 2 to 3 years of my wrestling career. When I actually was a pro, I believed I'm just a guy hanging on, that they're nice enough to official pro. What's an official pro? I don't know. I had this fucking thing in my head that you had to be an official pro. Did I think people got certificates? No, I didn't think that, but you had to be an official pro somehow. And I just didn't fucking know. You know? So that's probably a second thing that I'd like to have known before I started my wrestling career. And I think those are the two huge keys. Sylvia, since you're right there, what are some of the answers that people gave? Have you seen some? You're my producer right there.
So far, I have Living Zed saying it was an amazing class. Promo battles were so much fun and confidence building, which is very key in starting wrestling. And then Robert Collin, but no one has really expressed. Mine would be don't limit yourself, and basically don't put like blocks in front of you. Like with me, I thought being 30 was too old to get into the wrestling business. You're never going to be too fat. You're never going to be too skinny. You're never going to be too muscular, too small, too loud, too soft. find your inner bitch, your inner demon, your inner good guy, whatever it is. But don't limit yourself by saying, oh, well, I can't do that. I wasn't like that. Just go out there, have fun, be balls to the wall, and do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look for the answers right here, but some of the people said conditioning. Conditioning is key. What did Robert Collins say? Like, let fill me in on that.
Okay, Robert Collins says, are there habits or changes you're going to carry forward in your coaching or teaching that you picked up during this lockdown and you're going to apply in the post-COVID world?
One more time. But yeah, I have an answer right there. Yeah, I'm totally gonna apply the online class. Just because the pandemic could be over, just because there could be a vaccine, just because we could be going back to normal, I'm gonna stick with the online class because of the point of when there's a ring in front of us, coach feels that you need ring time. So sticking with the online class, and it's really taught me that there's not only sticking with it, but utilizing the tools that are right in front of us today. And if we're not doing that, that's like not being on social media. That's like not uploading your videos to YouTube. That's like not fucking like remember how everyone thought a blog? Oh, you have a blog? Oh, you know what? Everyone's got a blog now. We write Twitter every fucking day. That's our fucking blog.
Well, our blog used to be called a diary or a journal, and now
right. So I'm totally going to keep up with the online classes. I love the online communication. I think that meetings can happen. Really sitting there on a Zoom call or whatever. I think Facebook's got the same thing. And it's very personable, and it's, at least for me, I know there's still some people that want to meet in person, but at least for me, it's a lot. It's doing that video interview breaks a lot of the ice. So when you fucking actually meet them in person for the first time, you already met them. You know who they are. You know what I mean?
There's already a little bit of a comfort rapport.
Yeah, so I definitely want to utilize the technology that we've had where we're forced to use.
Yeah.
And I want to keep the online course, have everyone go through an online course before I let them step foot in a Santino Brothers ring. I feel I need you to be smarter. I need you to understand a lot more before you get in that ring. So even though the Zoom class started as a necessity because we got nothing, it's definitely becoming a permanent course for the whole program, right? So we've about how it's a 4-course program, right? Beginners, intermediate, advanced, and semi-pro. Well, now it's going to be online also. So it's going to be a 5-course program, and so we're definitely going to utilize that, and we're going to keep that going, and really, the pandemic has humbled me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Has humbled me. It's that old saying. We all know the old saying, and they're not old sayings for nothing. But
don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, careful what you ask for. All these. There's a couple of old sayings that fucking pop into mind. Yeah. I mean, it's just.
Well, let me. I want to respond. Going back to having the online course versus starting them fresh in the ring. Doing the admissions for the classes and doing the orientations, that's always the question that's asked is, what do I need to prepare for to come to wrestling school? I think the online course prepares you so much better than anything, because I could tell you, oh, do squats, do push-ups, do your cardio, study wrestling. But the fact that they're learning a little bit more detailed stuff as far as the wrestling, when they get in the ring, they're going to understand more. They're going to understand why as a face you're doing this move versus as a heel you're doing this move. Why you're not starting the match off with a power slam versus, just doing basic clotheslines or lariats or something. So I think this course is better mental preparation. And then when you get in there to do the physical, you're not mind blocking and asking yourself a bunch of questions like, well, why this, why that? Because you already know. So this is definitely, the COVID era has taught us a lot as far as how to prepare for the wrestling career.
And you're right, and I think that we'll have less people dropping out of the class.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst thing, right? Okay, like, I think a lot of people think, oh, you just don't want them to drop out because they're paying. Okay, yeah, I agree, 100%. But you know what the fucking worst thing for me is? When I've taken a guy like fucking 9 months and they stop coming. And I've poured in so much effort, time, energy into them. Emotion. Worry. I think a lot of it is like, I want it more than you, pal. And then they just don't show up anymore. Or when they have a tremendous amount of potential, and coach says, I need you to be in the advanced class. And they go, I don't want to be in the advanced, I want to be in the beginners. And you go, okay, go to beginners. And you do that a couple of times. And it's not just one individual, it's like a dozen individuals that this has happened to. And you're like, they have potential, but they just don't want to pull the fucking trigger. And you're like, I'm sitting there saying, I want it more than them. Or they quit. And you just put so much time and you go, man, you always go, damn, this person is someone who could have been something, you know? Because you put so much effort into it. So, but yeah, I moved my computer over so I wasn't sticking my head right into the fucking camera every time I'm trying to read a question. Someone asked, what's my favorite YouTube channel? I like to listen to the Conan clips, the Cornette clips. I think there's Bruce Pitchard, but if you really want to ask me what my favorite YouTube channel is, it's this one called Active Self Protection.
That is true.
The Gary V channel is really great. I go to the Gary V channel every day. I would say the Gary V Active Self Protection, and then those podcasts. I listen to those podcast clips to hear people's opinions. I don't catch much of the wrestling. I hear the opinions and hear what people think about it. Hear them complain or not complain. Here's one thing is true. Old timers will fucking always complain. And here's the other thing that's true. You will become an old timer one day. Yeah. You will become an old timer. And if you're hating Jim Cornette, you will be Jim Cornette one day. Trust me. Hey, you're talking fucking Kid Chaos here who came in fucking through the back door. It wasn't even backyard wrestling, man. It was like wrestling in a warehouse. Like, you know what I mean? And I would wrestle like an idiot. And now I try to preach to them and say, why do you want to do that even though I would? You know, you should understand psychology, even though for the first 7 fucking years in my fucking career, I didn't understand psychology. Everybody in my online class understands psychology right now. You know what I mean? I was told they can't teach it to me. That's what they said. They said,
just know where you go.
I was so fucking young, I didn't even know what the fuck the word psychology meant. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? So that's how young I was. So when they told me that, oh, it's something that you can't learn, you know, you just wake up one day and you know it. Oh, 14-year-old kid, okay, I guess that's how it works. I don't know.
You're supposed to wake up like a
Fuck, dude, what the teacher tells you, you just go, oh, I guess so. You think that the teacher is your fact checker. No, DTA, right? Don't trust anyone. Don't even trust what I'm saying. Do all your own fucking research.
Amen.
You know, so... but yeah, let's see here. But yeah, that would be my favorite podcast or my favorite YouTube channel. Bill Chu asks, what's your hardest match? I don't know. Hardest? Supreme. July 7th, 2001, Grand Olympic Auditorium. Supreme versus Chaos in a death match, and then he was on fire. Why was it hard? Because fuck, it was such a great match, and then it was just like really forgotten about because of the stupid spot that we decided to do at the end. No one else's fault. And Supreme, if he was here today, he'd tell you, and he did say it, that was our fault. We fucked up. It was no one else's fault. Everyone blamed Rob Black. Rob Black. Rob Black had nothing to do with the fucking spot. You know?
That was some scary shit. That was my first XPW show. That was scarier than shit.
I know. It was a lot of us, and it just, we weren't thinking. Right? I go through the bullshit so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Right? Can you emphasize a little more on what you said on the last video about C+ wrestlers? Fuck, I don't even know, Sal, what I said about C+ wrestlers. I don't recall talking about C+. That sounds like Triple H. I don't talk C+ or B+ wrestlers. I don't think. I'm pretty sure you're going to show me the video and I'm going to go, huh? All right, I guess I did say that.
Well, you bump your head a lot.
I'm trying to think of something about what I would say, and nothing's coming to mind.
I'm thinking from what it sounds like with C+ wrestler is it would be the average wrestler versus like the coachable ones, the trainable ones, the ones who are uncoached. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
that
just
one saying you have.
Always be learning. You know, always be learning, and always be coachable, right? And when you think you've learned it all, then don't. Then hang them up and don't do it no more. You know.
Strive to be more than average. C+ is average. A+ is above average. Extraordinary.
Yeah. You don't want to be C+. You don't even want to be B. In wrestling, you need to be an A.
Fuck
You
yeah.
do. You need to be an A because it's dangerous. That's why, because it's fucking dangerous.
You gotta want it that fucking bad.
I think so. So, SoCal Pro Wrestling Podcast says yes, you were the first guest. I love being a guest on there. But yeah, I want everyone to check out the SoCal Pro Wrestling Podcast. You can check in the comment section right there. And he's got a bear with the Santa Claus hat on it. So you can just go click right there and subscribe right now. But yeah, do me a favor to help him out because Jason's a great guy. Is there such a Ian says, is there such a thing as taking wrestling too serious?
Yes.
Yeah, if you asked me 10 years ago, I would say hell fucking no. If you ask me now, I'd say yes. Don't miss don't miss important anniversaries. Don't miss your mom's fucking birthday. Don't miss Mother's fucking Day. Don't miss Father's Day. Don't miss Christmas. Don't miss Thanksgiving. Don't miss I don't know what else, but don't miss the wedding anniversaries. You know, be there for your family because I'm going to tell you this: you're not going to remember. Young Chaos doesn't know he was not there for his grandmother's 50th wedding anniversary. And when she passed away, they used a lot of those pictures. And guess who was not in any of those fucking pictures? Me. Because why? Because I was at an important wrestling show. What show was it? I have no clue. So you know what tells me? Go to your fucking grandma's 50th wedding anniversary because it's not worth missing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, also, don't take wrestling too serious as you're going to start counting your wins and your losses and saying, I'm not going to lay down for that person, lay down for this person. I mean, don't take it so
Roll closer. They can't hear you, woman.
Sorry. Hold on, let me grab my coffee. But basically, don't take wrestling so serious as to where you believe your own hype. If I'm in a ring and they say, okay, you know, this girl, she's new, I want you to put her over and I want you to lay down for her and take the loss. I'm not going to sit there and be above her and be like, oh, hell no, I'm the veteran. Don't take it fucking so serious. Have fun with it. Remember, it's sports entertainment, meaning entertain the fucking people, not entertain yourself. There's more to it than that. So don't take it so serious. Just have fun with it.
Yeah. But at the same time, take this fucking shit fucking seriously.
Well, take yourself serious as far as getting yourself conditioned, getting yourself ready for it. But it's a fucking male soap opera. It's a testosterone and you know, estrogen filled now.
Yeah, I think you got to remember to have fun.
Yes.
I think a lot of people forget to have fun. And so it kind of like just ruins it a little bit. So just make sure to have fun, but you have to take it seriously because you're going to fucking injure somebody if you don't.
Or yourself, God forbid.
Or yourself.
Either which way.
Yeah, so don't mind me. It's 48 minutes in. I'm still fixing it.
Hey, it's Friday morning, okay?
I know.
You know, we're at the end of the week. Christmas is almost here.
Let's see. Santino, Sports Center. Na. Is that my saying that? I don't want to say. I don't want to. Yeah.
Na.
Oh, is that what that
I
is?
think that's what it is.
Na. Hey. I used to love doing that shit.
Spot, not sport.
Oh, yeah. Spot Center. My bad.
Sorry, we got glasses here. Sorry,
Yeah.
no offense.
And so he says he actually bought the baseball tee on Amazon and he's wearing it now. The Up All Nights were his favorite shows, and he's watching here in Pittsburgh. Hey,
you gotta be freezing your
yeah,
ass
I'm gonna
off.
look up your because Mongo and I talked about the person that bought the baseball tee, and we said, man, I didn't like the Mongo said he didn't like the logo, the way it looked. So I'm gonna look up your order, and I'm probably gonna send you the baseball tee I have right here is black and red. It's not the same one, but because because he actually took that one down because he didn't like the design. Right?
Yeah.
He had put it up, and he didn't think anyone was gonna buy it, I guess, and then somebody did. So I'll send you a corrected version or a different
One of the fetishes for Chaos and Mongol is the placement of logos on T-shirts, whether it's too high, too low, the material, the way the T-shirt fits. So yes, we always strive. So right now you have a Chaos Clause sending you a new shirt.
Yeah, probably by I would say in the beginning of the year, probably by mid-January we're looking to bring back our tracksuits, but not only our tracksuits, but we're probably gonna have hooded sweatshirts and jogging pants. I just got a picture today from the manufacturer. They look like they're not sweat material, but that's where we're getting first.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get it correct because that's what we want. So if you guys are looking to put an order in for that, we should have them. in hand by mid-January or so.
But if you need something now, the ugly Christmas sweater hoodie is awesome. I wear mine almost every day.
Where is it? Bring it.
It's actually in the dirty clothes, I think, but let me grab it.
Well, you didn't have to say that.
Well, hey, I'm truthful.
Yes, Jezebel answered. Jake was one of our trainers. He is now in NXT. See you later. I know you said see you later a long time ago. Good Brothers versus the Bucks. Who's that? That's the Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Yeah. So here's the Christmas tee that I designed with the SB logo. I wanted to put the original logo, but it just was not coming out right. So SB worked better with this, but it's not a sweater. It's a sweatshirt, as you can see.
It's actually very warm and fuzzy,
it's a
though.
Sweatshirt, but yeah, black on the inside, the logo there. But yeah, that's up online right now, along with a bunch of other stuff, different T-shirts and stuff like that. And then we put a huge discount. Actually, maybe I haven't done it yet, but putting a huge discount on the stuff that we have in-house. So we'll put that there, probably like $12, $10 T-shirts again.
Get your beanies here
for everybody to see. Somebody asked, Marcario asked, what steps is that you gotta open a wrestling school or a promotion?
That's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question. You definitely need experience. If you have no experience, you're not a former wrestler, you're not a former wrestling personality like commentator or anything like that. Like, I just wouldn't suggest it right now. I would say you'd have to learn the business. To be honest with you, like, I ain't trying to sell myself, but you gotta listen to all these podcasts. Probably take Kaos's online course. But you want to learn the business, because I'll tell you what, man, you're a money mark coming into this business. I'll probably fucking take advantage of you. Not now at 42, who knows? But I know at 22, I'd have squeezed that fucking orange till there's nothing left.
Oh, a lot of veterans love fucking money marks. Sorry, nothing personal, but don't be the money mark.
Right, don't be the money mark. Oh, my phone is...
Are they calling you?
I don't know, somebody is. It's not even popping up, so I can't even get rid of it. But yeah, don't be a money mark. They'll take advantage of you.
Big time.
Yeah. So I think everybody hears the phone ringing.
Oops.
But yeah. So I would get some experience, even learn to try to be a wrestler, know some of the bumps. But if you say, well, I just wanna produce wrestling. I get it. These motherfuckers.
Are you calling someone?
I don't know.
No, that's an airplane going
Is it? I mean, both thought the same fucking thing. But yeah, you don't want these money marks to, or you don't want them to take advantage of you and treat you like a money mark, and you'll never know you're a money mark. You'll think you're their best friend, but you're just a money mark. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
Being a money mark is kind of like being that unpopular kid who's trying to break in with the popular kids in school. It's just not going to get work. They're going to take advantage of you, and not intentionally, but hey,
look at these guys that ran shows, and they're not running shows now due to the pandemic. No one gives a fuck.
Well, look at the Wrestlicious guy. He spent his whole lottery on the whole thing.
No one gives a fuck about you. They don't. They act like you do because you got something for them. Sorry.
Everyone's going to be your homie if you have something for them.
Sorry. I don't want to be like that, but it's true. I'm just speaking the truth.
Hey, you know what? The truth hurts, and people aren't ready for the truth sometimes. But you know what?
The na is the horn sound from the old ESPN.
Okay.
Spot Center. Na. Okay, I love it.
There's your commercial for the morning.
Neil said to answer the question, what's one thing that you wish you have known before you began your career? And he said how much conditioning is key. It is so key. Oh my gosh, right? You can learn all the fucking cool moves, but if you can't breathe,
you're done.
Yeah, a man can't breathe, a man can't fight, and that's it. So conditioning is so key, because wrestling ain't no fun if you don't have your conditioning. Especially when a dude is running circles around you and making you look like a fool because you don't have conditioning. The best part about conditioning is go in there and do a fucking 20-minute match. Yeah, sure. I don't care. I could do it right now. I'll do it right. The first 20-minute match, I could do a 24-minute match right after, because my conditioning is key. Then you see the fear in your opponent. They're not conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's when
gasping for breath.
That's when you turn it the fuck on. Hey, you're not trying to be a dick, but why the fuck are you working harder than them? Because they could fucking hurt you and drop you on your fucking head because they are not conditioned. So that's why it's key. And that's why I always like to turn that shit on. especially if there's a referee that's not conditioned. I'll go into a bunch of pinning predicaments. 1, 2, kick out. 1, 2, kick out. 1, 2, kick out. Just to the point of the referee's got to go back down, get up, go back down, get up, go back down. Because why should you piece of shit and I'm over here conditioning my ass off
and you fuck up the finish because you're too tired to go down.
And you're the third man in my fucking match. Fuck you. Be conditioned. Sorry, the best are.
Hey, that's
the best referees are conditioned. You can't out fucking condition a good referee, man. They're on your shit. They're ready. They're sitting there waiting to count. They're like, "What, some motherfucker? You want to do this pitch sequence or what?"
And it's not always like the best. Like the best Adonis type of body. I mean, you could be big, small, or whatever, but you got cardio in.
Yeah. So I lost my spot where I was. Let us see here. I know. I feel like I knew something should have been on. Spot Center says, I saw the OG Star Wars at the drive-in with my sister and mom in a Plymouth Roadrunner that had the paint scheme of the Starsky and Hutch car.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
You must be my age. We're not saying what it is, but you must be around there.
He says, what matters is Milo matters. Milo matters. That is all. You know what? Yeah, like Milo she's one of two right now. There's probably going to be more, but Ray Romero and Milo Matters are up for Rookie of the Year. Tweet out their matches. Follow them on social media. Help Santino Brothers has been closed down for 10 months this year. Help us still get the Rookie of the Year somehow, some way. Yeah, because we got one for next year right in the bag, right?
Exactly.
We got Sephora ready to go.
No, Milo's awesome. Her passion, her heart for this business is amazing. I mean, she's in there always trying, and if she can't do it, she's going to keep trying until she could do it. I love that girl.
Living Zed says, was an amazing class, learned so much. Promo battles were so much fun and confidence building.
Cool.
D-Wash asks, Jake Atlas is in NXT. Yes, Jake Atlas is in NXT right now. Sal Duvall is answering the question, focusing more on character first and put effort into...
What he would have...
Yeah, put effort into preparing myself mentally more than physically. That is not going to be easy, and focusing on myself, not letting other people bring me down. I think that's so key.
Yes.
Don't let anybody else bring you down, and let me tell you why. No one really cares about you. Even if they're talking shit about you, they really don't give a fuck about you. What people care about is paying their fucking rent, what they're doing, when they could fucking hook up with the next fucking chick, whatever. Like, that's what the fuck they care about. That's it. Can I get signed to AEW? They don't give a fuck about you. Even when they're your best fucking friend, they don't give a fuck about you. As long as I'm good, then I'll worry about my friend.
As long as I get mine first.
Right, as long as I get mine first, then I can have time to worry about my friend. But if I'm not getting mine, I ain't worried about my fucking friend.
And that's not selfish. That's not selfish when it comes to wrestling.
It's human nature, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that was key right there, Sal, in answering that question. What was the question he asked? What's one thing you wish you had known when you began your career? Doesn't have to be a wrestling career. I'd like to know who's a boss at their job, who's a CEO, who started an upstart. Like, if you guys got some information for me to help me in my business, that would help.
Bring it.
Living Zed says he loves hearing the old stories about Supreme. Marcario says, I want to do the online course and learning about the business. It's a great course. Starts Monday, January 25th. It goes 3 days a week. It's going to be 6 weeks total. We start at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We go for about 2 hours. But this last class, we went about over more times than not, to be honest. I don't like that because Coach Wooden always taught me the importance of starting on time and ending on time. But I know the students that really got a lot out of it to going overtime. And I would just let everybody know, hey, if you got to go, I know people have lives. And if you have to leave at 8 and you can't stay, you're free to go. And some people would go because they have to go. But a lot of people love staying. You know, so...
Well, it was like with the in-ring training. Just because the class ended didn't mean it was like occasionally if there was a ring rental or something. For the most part, no. You want to stick around and talk after class and expand your mind a little more. Alfredo
took the class with us, the online course. He goes, I have a problem feeling sick every time I start doing rolls. Do you know what the best training to get better, or is it just not being in shape?
Quit holding your breath and focus on something.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. Breathe as you roll. You have to excel because a lot of people like to hold their breath, and a lot of the times you're gonna have to tumble a good amount of times till you get that dizziness out of you. Like if I did what we do is I think it's 8 rolls in a ring around the ring, 2 for each side, 2 rolls, 2 rolls, 2 rolls, and when I'm done with that, I'm fucking dizzy. I stand there like fucking not, but I'm fucking dizzy. Um, if I keep doing it and I keep doing it, but if I'm out of practice, then I get very dizzy. So you just getting that tumble, and I know people, a lot of people, some people are, they're going to get through it a lot easier and faster than you. But if you're having that problem, Sylvia makes a great point. Stop holding your breath. Focus on one point as you roll, and try to tumble enough to get that feeling out. You
Well,
know?
you got to get your equilibrium a little used to it because, I mean, obviously, it's like going around a merry-go-round. You do it, you're going to get dizzy at the end. With the rolls, it's the same thing. You're rolling your body head over heel. So just, I would try maybe practicing meditation because that's going to help control your breathing to where you're not going to hold your breath, and it'll also help you internalize and focus to where when you do those rolls, you're not going to be as tired or as dizzy.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I
you
gotta
got
check on cats.
Oh, you do it. You do it. So, Orbe says, hello. He's currently wrestling in Sydney, Australia. Sydney, Australia. I wrestled there once. I had an opportunity to wrestle in Sydney. I wrestled in every major city in Australia except Perth. I haven't wrestled in New Zealand and Tasmania. Does that make sense? I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, I wrestled in every place except Perth, pretty much over in Australia, and it was great. I loved it. I loved, especially Sydney. I love Sydney. It was amazing and awesome. So yeah, keep up the good work that you're doing there, Larry. Wrestling in Australia. Never stop learning. And just yeah, keep your head on a swivel and try to and apply yourself. Apply yourself. Don't feel that you're all the way in Australia and you can't get signed to some of the major companies since they are in different countries in Australia right now. You know, you can still get signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling. You can get signed to NXT. You know, you have to apply yourself. So I know a lot of people that would be in Australia would stuck here on this island, and I get it. I understand it because there's no major wrestling organization in Australia. You know, and I know there's some Australian organizations saying, "Hey, what about national, like on the world national level, WWE?"
World renowned.
Yeah, is what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, we loved it. Talking about when we wrestled in Sydney, Australia.
I loved it out there. Yeah. It was beautiful, and I love listening to all you people talk because it was awesome.
They actually said the same thing to Sylvia.
Yes, they loved my Hollywood accent.
They said they loved her Hollywood accent, as they were saying it in an Australian accent.
Yeah, exactly. But that and the food is a lot fresher than it is out here.
Danilo says, question. I've heard people saying that no cardio training will we see that no cardio training will quite prepare you for in-ring conditioning. What do you feel is the best type of cardio training for wrestling? I feel the actual wrestling is the best type of cardio training, but I used to believe that what they said, right? There's no other cardio training like being in the ring. I'm a believer in that, but that is not true. You can get a sandbag, right? You can do circuit training the way we do at Santino Brothers Wrestling, where we burst and do a spot for 45 seconds. What's a spot? A spot could be you running back and forth, doing sprints, jumping up and down, dropping down, getting back up, throwing a clothesline if you had to. I'm talking about if you're doing this not in a ring, by yourself in a fucking park. You go to the next station because the clock is your coach.
Have that stopwatch.
You go to the next station and you lift a sandbag. Why a sandbag? Better than a weight? Because a sandbag is going to represent a body that doesn't want to jump for you. And so when they don't want to jump for you, how strong can you be lifting that sandbag and adding extra weight? So what are you going to do with a sandbag? You're going to clean and press it. Here, lift it up, down, squat down, back up, down.
Deadlift that motherfucker.
Go to the next one and start doing some rolls. Go to the next circuit and do some pull-ups, right? Because you're pulling yourself up or you're pushing. Maybe some push-ups. Push-ups would be great because you're always doing push-ups. And that really does help you out because...
And breathe in between all that.
And there is a 1 minute break. And that 1 minute break when you're doing this feels like nothing. But that's the break you get when you're in professional wrestling. You're doing a headlock, right? Everyone calls it a wrestling lock, but it's not because I gotta wrench it, I gotta work it, I gotta fucking facial expression, I gotta yell at the crowd, and the same thing for my opponent. They gotta sell it too. So it's so important. But yeah, so I would definitely look up circuit training. Training, change some of the weights to sandbag weights or even like bottles, but something that's just a little bit harder than a bar because a bar is pretty
Yeah.
easy, you know. He said my wrestling moves off a video game. Man, you guys should go to that N64 game, No Mercy or something like that. Or was it Monday Nitro? But they basically let you make a character, and everybody should be like make their character through that video game at least, right? They don't let you have 14 finishers, right? You know what I mean? They don't let you have power slam. You can do a power slam and maybe a spine buster, but that's it. They give you like two good moves plus your finisher. They don't let you do fucking 15 fucking cool moves. So really, less of that video game. It really helps you out. Um, Orbe says, "Have you ever done that?" Hell yeah, I've taken it. I'm wrestling at the same school that Billy Kay and Peyton Royce went to. Good, so you're definitely in good hands. But yeah, just keep your mouth shut and your ears open and always learn. Alfredo Brown, Santino Bros, about to have the Ring of Honor World Champion as alumni.
Hell
I
yeah.
hope so. I hope so. Everybody better watch
Fingers crossed on that
Brody
one. Hell
King
yeah.
versus Rush. I think it's tonight, and I think Brody King is also wrestling on New Japan tonight. He's all over.
He's like Superman.
Yeah, so we look forward to that. Hopefully,
Kick ass, Brody.
Brody King. And I know if Bongo were here, we would say, "Hey, if you don't win, don't come back." I want you to come back. I want you to
We
come
love
back.
you, Brody.
All right. Bodybuilding training definitely doesn't do the job regarding cardio conditioning for
No.
wrestling. No, it doesn't. But you also got to remember,
You'll get a great looking body though.
professional wrestling through what everybody talks about it. It's a television show. In a television show, when you see your actors in a movie, in the Marvel movie, how many skinny fucks do they have?
None.
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 So it's like, wait a second.
I was
Think
like,
about
wait,
that.
let me rephrase that.
None. So you want to have the good look. Help yourself out. Help yourself out. If you want to be small, the smallest you should be is probably Daniel Bryan's size. Because you're probably too breakable. You're gonna get hurt, mijo. Put some meat on the bone.
If your girlfriend is bigger than you, then chances are you need to get a bigger body.
Yeah. I mean, that's a couple of old timers talking. You got it right. I try to be free in my mind of wrestling, but that like old timer, the dark side kind of comes out a little bit, right? But hey, that's why you guys love it, because I try to be real with you and try to correct myself. But hey, I'm gonna be honest. I don't say get big just because I want bigger wrestlers on my TV. I say get big to put some fucking meat on the bone so you can protect yourself, because professional wrestling is gonna beat you up and break you down. And if you don't have that armor on, you're not gonna have a long career. So.
No, I mean, I agree with that. It's like a lot of today's wrestlers, I understand, like, when I started watching wrestling, it was the big guy era, the 70s, the 80s, and yes, I know there were steroids and stuff around, and I know we don't want people on steroids nowadays, but even if you can't get as big, larger than life to have people look up to you, like, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, all them, you could still get yourself in shape where you get that muscle definition, that cut, where you could tell, even if you're a skinnier guy, you still look like an athlete. Don't just come in there with a soft chest, soft arms, or, I'm not mentioning names, but there's some guys who are carrying televised belts right now who it's like, Jesus Christ, man, my arms are bigger than yours. So just make yourself look like a wrestler,
Yes.
regardless of size.
Mr. Anel Patil, hello. You just signed on. You have to watch the rest, hopefully. But yeah, that we did an hour. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll try to do this more often. I know next week is Christmas, so we'll see what day works best. Maybe Christmas morning will work best. I don't know. I know that there's going to be a good amount of people that are going to be like, I wish there was a podcast on for me to watch right now because I got nothing to do. So maybe I'll do Christmas morning, but I'll let everybody know. Thank you for Jezebel Romo. I'm Joey Kaos here at the Santino Brothers Wrestling Office. Until next time, I'll post it on my social medias and the YouTube channel, and we'll let you know when we're coming back. And I'll look up that diabetic question because I thought that was a great question for getting into wrestling.
I did hear that.
So Hey, yeah, so definitely check out santinobros.net. Like and subscribe this channel, this video. And how do we go out? We all go out, right? Put your hand in. Santino's on three. Santino's on three. 1, 2, 3. Santinos! All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Weekend. Wear your masks.
Yeah, wear your mask. Check out santinobros.net if you want a mask from Santino Brothers and check it out. All right, guys. Have a great morning. Have a great day, weekend.